Hello. So I wanted to give you a quick demo of something I've been working on the last couple days to play with my son. So I'm making a controller scheme that's based on the PlayStation 4 controller, and what you see here is kind of a couple of iterations down the road where I started out with the core diagram of what a PlayStation 4 controller looks like, and then kind of evolved it into something that my son could play with. So you see these cross formations which correspond to the buttons and directional controls. And then you see the touchpad, share button, the triggers, bumpers, and triggers. Triggers don't do anything at the moment. I'm saving those for an upcoming feature. But the idea is that whenever you press a button, the corresponding element on screen lights up. You can see I also do that for the eyes, even though they don't play a note. I wanted to encourage him to actually try clicking those because that's a little more challenging for him. The main thing that I figured out is that he wasn't really engaging with the analog sticks, which are the pitch bend and the mod wheel. So I added these pupils, which move when the analog controls are moved, and that really did the trick. He's doing things like bending the note down, letting it go, bending the note up, and because he's doing both eyes, he's also turning the modulation down, letting it go back to default, turning it up, and he's getting effects in addition to playing. So he was doing things like that. And my idea is to get him to coordinate more complex motions and also to give him more fun stuff to explore. So there you can hear the mod. There you can hear the pitch bend. Because the layout on this is a little more symmetrical than an Xbox, I was reminded of the Tonnetz tuning system, and so instead of just arranging things randomly, there is no natural ordering. I arranged it so that a downward facing triangle is a major chord and an upward is a minor. And that same pattern corresponds if you're doing other downward facing triangle is minor. A major chord. Oh, sorry. And there's your corresponding minor. So it's not perfect because they're not naturally laid out in a diamond formation. But still, for a few minutes effort, it's pretty cool. Another minor chord. Oops. Sorry, I'm having to look at my cheat sheet. Anyway, so for what I put into it, I'd say it was definitely worth it, especially the Google Eyes alone will keep him engaged with it pretty well. So my next thing is to try to take the triggers and add some kind of loudness control, kind of like a theremin, where you'd have to hold that and then press a note to hear something, just to encourage a little more coordination and also to enable more kind of breath control kind of sounds where you're varying the velocity over time. So I may keep that as a separate instrument because this is already so fun. I don't want to spoil it for him. Anyway, but having fun, and I thought you might enjoy hearing about it, and I hope you did.